Hello, people. My name is Detroit Miracle. Yes, and indeed. Right now, I am here to discuss Disney Lucasfilms, the owner of the Star Wars brand. It is reported that Disney Lucasfilms is planning on rebooting the entire Star Wars franchise, meaning they can go back as far as they want and make changes and redo it, but put in all the stuff they want and it will be legal to the fans. Like, Disney messed up by not doing that originally after they had purchased, that brand from George Lucas, which is Lucasfilms. Like, they should have, if they were going to do everything that they've done up until now, then they should have just rebooted it first. Like, the original rebooted New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. Or they could decide to pretend like none of that ever happened and put an original one in and go by those standards. Yeah, if they would have done that to begin with, the fans would not have had much of a problem with that in them, because they wouldn't claim that they were following George Lucas's blueprints, but they had to follow his blueprints from the original 3 movies, then the prequel trilogies, leading all the way up into Disney taking over. So they going by those standards, and the fans are like, those were 6 of the best quality Star Wars movies, and y'all diminished the series by those standards. But if Disney originally made his own standards, set his own mark with a brand new rebooted trilogy to start everything over again, then the fans could have said, well, this is Disney's thing, like it or love it, it's the way they're doing it. But if you buy somebody's brand like George Lucas, and then you're not following his standards, you can't live up to his greatness, or at least come close to it, then the fans will feel cheated. They will feel like, you're disappointing the legacy of Star Wars, you're destroying it. But in a way, the fans are right as far as this goes, that they should have hired Star Wars writers that were Star Wars obsessed fans that can write. Can you imagine what a Star Wars obsessed fan could come up with as far as everything? Lightsaber battles, new lightsaber constructions, just say futuristic lightsabers. Okay, we seen lightsabers at their most advanced stage of development. So how will lightsabers look 1,000 years after the New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi films? Don't you think it will get more advanced as you go along? So the lightsaber, there's no telling how many functions it might have. It might even be able to propel like a laser out of it, like the other end. It might have that where they could use it both as a sword and a gun, or a blaster gun. Yeah, so in other words, I wanted to inform the masses about a possible rebooted Star Wars trilogy that goes back to or before A New Hope started, the whole franchise. It's something else I have to mention. Star Wars has a lot of great novels too. I believe they have dozens or hundreds of novels that fall within the timeline of George Lucas owning Star Wars. So the fan base is going by everything. Novels, graphic novels, and films of George Lucas. Everything he had his hands on and signed off of. So that has become the standard. Yeah, so I have to include that. Well, okay, fans, I'd appreciate it if you would give me those likes, comments, and please subscribe to Detroit Miracle.